killing it with the Christmas in July mugs. Like, I really should invest in some different types of mugs. Alright, so today's video is going to be my second impressions on the Skin Perfect HD foundation by Kokie Professional. And if you're new to my channel, the way that I do my impressions on foundation is I do a first and I do a second impressions. First impressions is just, you know, I do a video putting the foundation on for the first time and I tell you my first initial thoughts on the foundation. And then second impressions is after I've played with the foundation, used it, mixed it, worn it, you know, more than just one time, so that I can give it a fair chance and get an overall opinion on it. Because for me, I have fair skin, and a lot of times, a lot of foundations, they oxidize or they just somehow, over time, they change, like it changes. Like, I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's just me, but that's just how foundations work out for me most of the time. So I've already primed my face using some Unique Touch Glorious Face Primer that I had. Fixing to run out of this soon probably, so if you guys have any suggestions on primers, let me know. I've tried a few e.l.f. primers, but they seem to just break my face out even more. But, so, moving on. If you guys want to see my first impressions video on this foundation, I'll leave it in a link down below. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and if you think, and you should follow me on my social media so you'll know whenever I post new videos. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below while you're here, and if you want to know my second opinion on this foundation, then just keep watching. So my foundation is in the shade 10W. It's like a silent burp, and it is like the lightest shade there is. So I've been recently just squirting my foundation on the back of a candle lid. Got this trick from another YouTuber. I will post her name in here. Not even about to try to pronounce it. I've talked about her before in some of my videos. She's like amazing. But anyways, and I just, you know, pump out a drop on there and then swirl it a little bit like that, and then I just take my finger, and I have my mirror right here already ready to go on the stand, and let me just tilt it back so you can kind of see my face a little bit more. And I just do this, dab it on my face. Yeah. And then I've been using my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush recently for foundation. I like this a lot actually. It works pretty well. And I'm having some crazy breakouts. Honestly, I want to try their concealers now, because I like this foundation. Like, it looks good on me, I think. For a while I was mixing it with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, because the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation is almost too light for me. And I swear, like, if I go up a shade, it's gonna be too dark for me. So in the winter, like, it's okay when I'm really pale, but in the summer it's not okay. So I was mixing those two for a while, and then now I got like darker, and because I had sunburn, you know, you watch my past few videos, you probably know that I looked like Rudolph for a while. And and it blends out. This foundation blends out really easily. So that's a good thing. And I have dry to normal skin, so not a lot of foundations make me like oily. If anything, I have to find something that's gonna hydrate my skin or keep it from getting dry throughout the day. But I do get occasional like breakouts, and I don't know if it's just like hormones lately, but my face never used to break out this much, and I haven't really, like, I've always worn foundation, so and I take my makeup off at night. I do like cleansing stuff, like face mask, all that kind of junk. So I mean, I've tried like multiple foundations, and I don't know. I think it is honestly just a stress and age thing, because I'm like in my mid-20s now. I know that's probably hard to believe, but I am. So I think your body starts to change. And normally one pump for me is enough. Now this foundation isn't full coverage. Like, it's a good medium coverage, but it doesn't cover my freckles. It does a really good job covering up like these acne sores down here, and that's another thing. My acne sores aren't like normal like blackheads or whiteheads. They normally come up as just like bumps, and then I'll itch them, and then they turn into sores. That sounds kind of gross and weird, but it's also probably because I had psoriasis when I was younger. So I don't know, it could just be multiple things. If you guys have any ideas, leave a comment down below, because I just wonder if it is because I had psoriasis on my face when I was younger, which, let me tell you, that sucked. That really sucked. I had to go to school with like white cream on my face. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, so, and like, I've already covered my whole entire face basically with this foundation, and I have that much left just with the drop. So I'm gonna go back in on my forehead where you can still see my freckles. I don't ever really try to build my foundation, just because my complexion is pretty clear for the most part, and this foundation doesn't make me look cakey at all. The only time recently it did look cakey is when my face was peeling and my nose was like sunburnt to the high heavens. So I think I will just, for the sake of the video, I'm trying to get all of the product off of the thing. But just for the sake of the video, I think I will do like a second layer just to show, let's see if it is buildable. Ooh, I actually got a little bit too much foundation that time. Another thing that I really liked about this foundation is it doesn't have a bad smell. And if you ever have like too much foundation, mixing foundations is probably a good way to like condense your foundation. Okay. So if you like a full coverage foundation, this foundation is probably not for you because it's not full coverage. I've even put like a second layer on now, and I mean, it's barely covering my freckles. My nose is gonna look a little bit cakey right now because I'll zoom in a second, but that is only because and that's happened with like my e.l.f. foundation, my unique foundation that I had. It just is because it's peeling, and so that skin is just getting folded back and stuff. So yeah, I have like all this foundation left. I don't normally put this much on my face. Alright, now I'm just gonna put my brush in it and stuff all the rest out onto my face. Probably shouldn't have put any more on my nose though, just because it might make it look a little bit worse. But good thing is this foundation doesn't feel heavy, so I've put quite an amount of product on and it doesn't feel heavy. It covered up my redness around my nose. That's normally where I get my redness, is right there. Let me just go back over this. So yeah. And I mean, it covered up the majority of my freckles. I'm pretty sure that when I'm extremely pale again, that like my freckles won't be there as much, so it won't show them. Like you won't see them through the foundation. I couldn't get that out. But yeah. So alright. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and I'll see you in a bit. My final thoughts. Okay, one, it doesn't make my face look cakey at all. Let me zoom in. I just put my finger over the camera. The only thing where it looks cakey is right here, and that is just because my nose is still kind of peeling a little bit. Everywhere else I don't get oily, so yeah. Second thing, it's a great shade match and they have tons of different shades. And third thing, it is pretty affordable. So yeah, and then on the back it says mid coverage natural finish. So it doesn't claim to be full coverage, it's medium coverage. In the winter, I'm sure it'll do a better job of covering up my freckles because in the summer they like to pop out like daisies. It mixed well with my Wet n Wild foundation. It does give me a natural finish. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation. And I really like it. Like this has become one of my favorite drugstore foundations. So, and the rest of their products are pretty pricey. I haven't tried any of their other products. They have great range of concealer colors, so I'll probably try some of those out next. But I really like this foundation and I give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah. Alright, I think I hit like all the main points on it. If any of y'all have tried this foundation, leave a comment down below. Let others know your opinion on it. Sometimes you have to do your own research, look at other people's videos. Everybody has different skin types. Some people are oily, combination, you know, some things work for some and then other things don't work for others. So let's help each other out in the comments down below. If you've tried this, if you haven't, if you want to, and Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!